Yes, sir. All right, fellas, I ran across this video, man, and I'm not gonna lie to you. This video is hilarious because this is basically what it's like trying to have a logical conversation with your average nigga or your average pro-black nigga, for lack of a better term. I'm sorry, but when you're dealing with fucking certain individuals, you gotta call certain individuals a nigga because they acting like one. Until they want to act better, they'll show you that. But trying to have a conversation is going to be a difficult task with these individuals because their mind is made and they're not thinking any other way. Everybody's a racist and Trump is the leader of it. I mean, I had a conversation with my uncle and cousin about this, talking to them, basically saying that I'm not in favor of having an individual like Cardi B speak for me. And we had a disagreement about that. So what does that tell you? That they're looking to be saved. They're fucking lazy. And then they're just talking a bunch of shit with no solutions at the end of the day. When you're trying to hit them with logic and you're trying to make them see your perspective on things, they cannot hear it. They don't understand it. They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You are a coon. They're on that Democratic plantation waiting for that white savior, but just let them there to be a cast off at the end of the day, man. But this right here just sums it up in a nutshell of trying to have a conversation with one of these pro-blacks, these internet revolutionaries, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I swear to God, it's like leading into, it's walking off a cliff, man, at a fast rate.
First of all, let's start with your reaction to what the former mayor of New York City had to say last night.
Well, it's funny that, you phrase it, the former mayor of New York City, and
it's not funny that she phrased it that. That's actually what he is.
the reason why it's funny is because nobody liked Rudy Giuliani as a mayor. There were actually high T-shirt sales of T-shirts that said F Giuliani on them. No one liked Giuliani. 9/11 happened, and he handled it with class, and he became a national figure. But what has Mayor Giuliani done since 9/11 except run his mouth? How is Rudolph Giuliani benefited
Y'all got something in common.
America? This man's children don't even like him. He is nothing but a blowhard who runs his mouth.
Yeah, I don't, there were plenty, to be fair.
When you talk about him, because he's trying to define peaceful, most of the time, peaceful protesters as terrorists. If he really wanted to talk about terrorism, he would talk about the KKK, who's responsible for bloodshed over hundreds of years.
I want to have a conversation
blown up churches
about
with
this.
Little girls inside.
Understood. That was terrorism, and I hear what you're saying. I also want to point out, I don't want to get personal about Rudy Giuliani and his family. It doesn't really get us anywhere, I don't think, in this conversation. But there were a lot of people who thought that he was a very good mayor, and especially, as you point out, after 9/11. So we let everybody have their own opinions about that, be that as it may.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's talking about mothers and fathers who are out there protesting. He's talking about black people and white people who are out there fighting for the rights of every human being, for equity, for human rights, and he's calling us terrorists. But I've never seen him take a hard stand against white supremacists.
No, I think he was talking about people who loot and people who ruin the businesses of people who built them for years and years. And I just want to play one soundbite because
so when America goes and steals diamonds and oils, who's calling us terrorists? When the American government goes and...
What the hell does that have to do with anything, dude? You're not addressing what she's saying. She's saying Giuliani is calling the people that are looting, that are burning, that are stealing, doing all this chaos. They are part of the terrorist acts. What the hell are you talking about with oils and minerals and whatnot? Come on, dude. Stay on course.
I understand that you have...
Who's calling us terrorists?
Okay, but you're saying, are you saying that that's okay, it's okay to steal and loot because of those other things that have happened, which are also bad? And I want to play this. This is Ariel Atkins, Black Lives Matter Chicago, talking about looting. And I want you to tell me what you think about what she says.
I don't care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes. That's reparations.
Person sound like a damn idiot. And y'all fucking pro-black brothers want to follow girls like this, talking about she don't care. She don't give a shit about nothing. Mainly the people that's looting these stores are Caucasian and can get bailed out just like that. But do y'all have a family lawyer? Can y'all make that call when you get arrested? Now you owe all this money in restitution. Talking about reparations. It doesn't get any more ignorant than that. So you're just going to put yourself in a stupid situation because you're fucking angry, over emotional, because you don't really know what's going on. But yeah, y'all want to follow a woman like this down a war path for nothing. That's only going to lead to a war path of chaos and nothing good for you.
Is reparations.
Do you agree with Ariel Atkins on that?
Well, let's so we're moving on past Rudy Giuliani.
Yes, we've been moved past that shit.
We're moving into looting and a form of reparation. But let's be very careful, Martha. Let's be very careful, and I'd appreciate if you let me speak. Let's be very careful. The problem with oppression and white supremacy is white supremacy will have you criticizing the oppressed and worshiping the oppressors. Now, if you want to talk to me about reparations, nothing falls short of a solution other than people cutting a check. If you want to do something about reparations, cut the check. And we're not talking about going in everyday Americans' pockets. We're talking about banks like Brown Brothers and Harriman, who benefited from slavery, other insurance companies that sold
so you want to see
insurance
reparations
policies
come from
on slaves.
corporations.
We're talking about the American government that was founded on the backs of slaves.
I listened to you, and now I want you to answer my question.
Owes us reparations. That's what reparations is.
Do you
want to know what
think
reparations is? I'm telling you.
That's basically what it turns into. It turns into a shouting match. Nobody's listening to anybody. We're just gonna fucking try to get our point across. Yo, I gotta I gotta give this girl her props for keeping her composure, for dealing with this dumbass that's not making any points. I think they just brought him on just so he could fucking make a fool of himself, just so they could fucking show what's leading these groups. And not for nothing, they did a great job at that. Cause I swear to God, if I was living in New York, I would not be following this fool. I could have been in the mist, been like, damn, following all these dudes. Then I see him on TV, and I watch him making a fucking fool of himself. Now I gotta look at myself like, what the fuck am I doing?
That's what I'm telling you.
Sir, do you agree that it's okay to go in and break the windows at Gucci's or Macy's or Nike because it makes sure that that person eats and that person has clothes? That was my question to you. Is that ethically okay to you? Is it?
Okay. And before I answer that, I want to
answer the fucking question. Yo, it's the worst when you ask somebody a serious question and what they do, deflection. They don't answer it. They turn it around. They ask you a question. No. We're not going to do this circular shit. I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to answer mine. And then you ask me a question. And then I will return the favor. That's how a conversation goes.
This. Do you think it's okay that America
are you gonna answer my question?
kills people in their homes like...
No, he's not answering that shit. He's not here to answer anything. He's here to take over, just like the BLM Mafia does.
Breonna Taylor.
No, I don't think that's okay. Of course I don't think that's okay.
Do not do anything about it.
No,
so
but
you
don't answer my question.
The officers that killed Breonna Taylor should be arrested?
No one thinks that's okay.
Do you think that the officers that killed Breonna Taylor should be arrested?
That's why you have 2/3 of America who say they support Black Lives Matter because they don't ever want to see police brutality in this country. Okay? But you're not answering my question, which is whether or not it's okay to take away people's livelihoods because you deserve the stuff that's in the broken window. Okay? There's two different issues here, and I wish you had answered my question, which you said you would.
Do you think it's okay for a country to profit off the backs of slaves and to pay reparations?
You're having a circular conversation.
People?
Yes, circular conversation. We're not going anywhere. That's why some dudes don't even want to talk to some brothers. They just keep it to themselves, understanding that you're trying to help them out. Here they go talking about some fucking racism shit, some slavery shit, because that's all they know and that's all they've heard their whole fucking life. Talking about reparations. We have no fucking power. We have no culture. We're scrambled. How the fuck are we gonna get anywhere with dudes like this trying to lead a group? No disrespect.
And deny black people reparations.
You don't want to answer the questions about
honest with me.
looting and stealing and broken windows.
Talk to me about.
Hopefully we can have another conversation.
What took you so long? Yo, I swear, what we in? Like that's 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. I would have cut him off 3 minutes into the video. Once I would understand that he's just gonna be rambling on, talking about Rudy Giuliani, getting personal with his kids, then you're talking about slavery and reparations. You're not even answering the question about is it okay to go ahead and loot these stores. You want her to just say, it is not okay. You just want her to agree with you. You want her to bow down. Man, that's not how it's gonna work, yo. If people want change, we gotta come up with solutions. Black Lesbians Matter movement is not for you, so-called black man. Not at all. Not today, not tomorrow. We gotta figure it out on our own. Things will change, man, one day at a time.